Hey, thanks so much for finding the video. Do us a favor. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. And be sure to leave your comment. We love to interact. Enjoy the video. So for the Saints, Patrick Robinson, that hamstring injury, he has been ruled out. So no P-Rob in this ball game certainly means Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is going to have to play a major role, as we expected he would anyway. Trey Hendrickson, a full participant at practice on Friday. Absolutely massive. So were Jared Cook and Teron Armstead, so we fully expect those guys will play. Latavius Murray,
present,
and Taysom Hill were both limited. Now, limited on Friday, at least they were on the field. That tells you they're trending toward playing. So as of now, it looks like the only player that will not be available for the Saints is Patrick Robinson. In whatever capacity they have Latavius Murray and Taysom Hill, awesome. And Hendrickson, Cook, Armstead, all full participants, which is great to see. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a decidedly longer list. Alex Kappa, their starting right guard, he's out, fractured his ankle. He's on IR. Jeremiah Ledbetter, their defensive lineman, also out. Ronald Jones, with that quad injury, officially listed as questionable, as are safety Andrew Adams and safety Jordan Whitehead, questionable. Everybody else a go for Tampa Bay. But the massive news clearly there for New Orleans is that Trey Hendrickson was a full participant in practice on Friday, which means he is certainly trending toward playing in this ballgame. And what it says for me is the Saints just got fortified even more at the position where they have the greatest advantage in this game. I talk often about Pro Football Focus, and you can make of Pro Football Focus what you want. I think it is a reference point, not necessarily the reference point. We can look at things like tackles and sacks and pressures and hurries and things that are measurables in games, and we know what they all mean. And then you can supplement with something from Pro Football Focus, which goes and grades out plays and tells you if it's a win or a loss or whatever. So use it to supplement what you're already seeing and the metrics that you already know. Trey Hendrickson, in 2 games against Tampa, has played 70 snaps in 2 games. His overall grade was 90.5. His pass rush grade was 90.0. He had 10 total pressures and 0 missed tackles. All of those were team highs. Overall grade, pass rush grade, total pressures, no missed tackles, all of those team bests in the 2 games against Tampa. The guy who literally graded out as your best defensive player against the Bucs in 2 games is now officially good to go on Sunday against Tampa. I mean, there are so many reasons why the Saints' defensive line against Tampa's offensive line is the game. Like, I don't doubt at all that New Orleans is going to move the football and score. The Saints move the football and score against basically everyone. And the matchup that gives New Orleans problems, like we've talked about, are teams like the Rams that have a dominant defensive line, especially on the interior. And with guys like Aaron Donald, remember in 2018 when Ndamukong Suh was there and dominating. Suh's with the Bucs now, but he's not the player he was. You know, Michael Brocker's on the team. When they could generate pressure up the middle, those are the teams that give the Saints trouble. Akeem Hicks a week ago is a guy that could give the Saints trouble. Tampa isn't that, and their secondary is awful. So I don't doubt that the Saints are going to move the ball and score. It's not a fluke that they've scored in the 30s each of the 2 games against Tampa. 34 in week 1, 38 in week 9. The Saints are going to move the ball and score. The question is, can the Saints defensively hold up against Tampa? And we've talked a lot about how Marshawn Lattimore's own Mike Evans, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Antonio Brown is going to be a really fun matchup. How healthy is Chris Godwin, out wide against Jack Rabbit? That'll be really fun to watch. But really the key with Tom Brady is pressuring him, getting him off the spot, and making them one-dimensional. In the Week 1 matchup, the 34-23 matchup, win for the Saints, Tampa tried to be balanced. I mean, they ran the ball 26 times for 86 yards in week 1 and still lost by double digits, and it should have been worse than it was because they had a late score. Then in week 9, the Saints got so far ahead, Tampa only rushed the ball 5 times. One of them was a kneel down at the end. So 5 times for 8 yards. One of the things that we learned today from Bruce Arians in his media availability, and as we just ran through with the injury report, Ronald Jones questionable, so Bruce Arians confirmed that Leonard Fournette's going to be the guy.
Rowe got better today. He'll be a game-time decision, but Leonard will start the game. And we'll see how Rowe is and full speed, and he'll get his normal reps.
So unclear what Ronald Jones's role will be. It didn't matter. None of them played well in week 9. They ran the ball 5 times. But here was Arians as well about Fournette sort of adapting to his role in this offense.
It's been great. As soon as he got here, we explained, what the situation was, and your role can change at a drop of a hat, just like it did last week, and be ready. And he's practiced hard, he's prepared, and I can't say enough about him. He's a heck of a player, and he's doing a good job.
Everybody here knows how good Leonard Fournette is. But Tampa's going to have to be able to run the ball against the best run defense in the NFL to be able to take pressure off of Tom Brady, and the Saints are going to have to get pressure with their front four, which they've been able to do against Tom Brady. Back to Pro Football Focus, Tom Brady's grade in the 14 games against teams other than New Orleans was a 93.9. Against the Saints, 69.5. Tom Brady was poo-poo against the Saints in 2 matchups. Everybody else, 93.9. He was great. Not against New Orleans, a matchup that favors the Saints. So, spell this out. Ronald Jones, questionable, probably won't go. Fournette is available. Certainly proves that to be a good pickup for Tampa in that respect. Trey Hendrickson, a go for New Orleans. The Saints have also gotten Sheldon Rankins back as well, who was dominant. By the way, Sheldon Rankins, he played just 20 snaps, by the way, this last weekend. Sheldon Rankins. His overall grade on Pro Football Focus, 91.6. Just 17 rushes. He had a sack, a hit, 3 hurries, a 35% pass rush win rate. Just suffice to say, you don't need to memorize all that. Just suffice to say, from Pro Football Focus, Rankins maximized the 20 snaps he had. His grade was 91.6 this last week. So Rankins playing great. You got Trey Hendrickson back. You already have dominated that matchup. And then from Tampa's side, the disappointing news for them is that Alex Kappa is out. So Kappa, their starting right guard, who's 6'6", 305, former third-round pick, he's been a pretty good interior player for them. He played tackle in college. He kicked inside. He was playing guard for Tampa at right guard. He's replaced now by Aaron Stinney, who's filling in. Here's Aaron Stinney's numbers this year from PFF. His overall grade's a 74, pass blocking 84, run blocking 68. So to spell it out, your starting right guard, your biggest disadvantage in the biggest matchup is your offensive line against the Saints' defensive front, who are healthy, playing at an elite level right now, and one of your starting offensive linemen's out, and you're placing him with a guy who has a run blocking grade of 68 and an overall grade of 74. An average to below average NFL lineman. Y'all, so I'm saying is, man, if you're Sheldon Rankins, you're licking your chops right now. If you're David Onyemata, you're licking your chops right now. This is a matchup where it already favored the Saints. A matchup, the thing you have to do to affect Tom Brady, to limit Tampa, is affect Tom Brady. And you've been able to do that effectively through 2 matchups. And now, if it's even possible, that has skewed even more your direction now because you're healthy and they're not. Excited about this one, y'all. I am really excited about how this is all going to play out on Sunday in the Dome. We've talked about it all week. I've told you all week. The Saints are a better football team than Tampa Bay. It's any given Sunday, and I know that's Tom Brady. But Bruce Arians is 0-4 against Sean Payton. Drew Brees is 5-2 all-time against Tom Brady. These teams this year, the Saints are 2-0 against the Bucs and have won emphatically twice. I love this matchup for New Orleans. I think they're going to win it. It's no secret who I'm picking in this ball game. You just got to go out and execute. If the Saints go out and execute, They'll be playing in the NFC Championship game next week, and the question is it going to be in the Dome against the Rams or it's going to be in Lambeau against Green Bay? You got to go take care of business on Sunday. But the Saints are the better team, and the most important matchup now this week, if it's even possible, skews even more toward New Orleans. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.